So, going to watch the movie. That's it. That is me. Connected from connecting. There we go. Welcome to Dynamic Memes. Very nice. Very. Let's see. Do you hear it when I do this? Yes, you do. You don't like that. But, well, I'm just gonna get a feel for how everything is. Check our levels. Make sure everything is set. All right. Do like food.
Everything's bigger in America. We've got the biggest cars, the biggest houses, the biggest companies, the biggest food, and finally, the biggest people. America has now become the fattest nation in the world. Congratulations. Nearly 100 million Americans are today either overweight or obese. That's more than 60% of all U.S. adults. Since 1980,
I'm obese.
the total number of overweight and obese Americans has doubled, with twice as many overweight children and 3 times as many overweight adolescents. The fattest state in America? Mississippi, where 1 in 4 people are obese. I grew up in West Virginia, currently the 2nd fattest state in America. When I was growing up, my mother cooked dinner every single day. Almost all my memories of her are in the kitchen. And we never ate out, only on those few rare special occasions. Today, families do it all the time, and they're paying for it, not only with their wallets, but with their waistlines. Obesity is now second only to smoking as a major cause of preventable death in America, with over 300,000 deaths per year associated with related illnesses. In 2002, a few Americans got fed up with being overweight and did what we do best. They sued the bastards. Taking aim at the fast food companies and blaming them for their obesity and illnesses, a lawsuit was filed in New York on behalf of 2 teenage girls. One who was 14 years old, 4'10" and 170 pounds.
It's not too bad.
19 years old, 5'6" and 270 pounds. The unthinkable had suddenly become reality. People were suing the Golden Arches for selling them food that most of us know isn't good for you to begin with.
Yeah.
Yet each day, 1 in 4 Americans visits a fast food restaurant. And this hunger for fast food isn't just in America. It's happening on a global basis. McDonald's alone operates more than 30,000 joints in over 100 countries on 6 continents and feeds more than 46 million people worldwide every day.
A lot of people.
More than the entire population of Spain. In the United States alone, McDonald's accounts for 43% of the total fast food market. They're everywhere. Walmarts, airports, rest stops, gas stations, train stations.
Never saw one at a Walmart.
Stores, amusement parks, even hospitals. That's right.
Never saw one at a hospital.
At least you're close when the coronary kicks in. Lawyers for McDonald's
that's important.
It's frivolous, stating
Hospital,
that the dangers of its food are universally known, and that these kids can't show that their weight problems and health woes were caused solely by their McDiets. The judge states, however, that if lawyers for the teens can show that McDonald's intends for people to eat its food for every meal of every day, and that doing so would be unreasonably dangerous, they may be able to state a claim. Are the food companies solely to blame for this epidemic? Where does personal responsibility stop and corporate responsibility begin? Is fast food really that bad for you?
I mean, what would happen if I ate nothing but McDonald's for 30 days straight? Would I suddenly be on the fast track to becoming an obese American? Would it be unreasonably dangerous? Let's find out.
I hate this
I'm ready.
so much.
supersize me.
Yeah. Those look pretty good. I'd eat them.
I knew if I was going to do this, I would need some serious medical supervision. So I enlisted the help of not one, but 3 doctors: a cardiologist, a gastroenterologist, and a general practitioner.
You're feeling quite well today, yes?
Quite well.
In general, any fatigue or weight loss, weight gain, any change in your vision?
No fever, no earache, no cough, no shortness of breath, no chest pain, no...
Nausea, vomiting, heartburn.
And no hospitalizations for illness?
No.
Do you take any medications of any sort?
I don't. I've just been taking vitamins.
Okay. Any food allergies or anything?
No.
There's no heart disease or diabetes or blood pressure or cancer in the immediate family?
My grandfather's had a couple open heart surgeries.
1 out of 4 grandparents is dead.
Yeah.
Good genes. That's the important thing.
Any alcohol use?
Now, none.
You don't smoke.
Liar.
I used to, but I don't.
Any drug use at all?
Not for a long time.
Are you sexually active at present?
Yes.
Had to keep that in there, did you?
Yes.
Is there anything that we didn't cover? Is there anything else you need to tell me?
I don't think so.
Patient is embarking on a 1-month McDonald's binge.
Very good.
You might have something called white coat syndrome, which is
140 over about 95.
130 over 105.
120 over 80?
That's what it is? Those other guys are stressing me out.
You're much more relaxed. I tend to do that to my patients.
See?
Swallow, please. Your reflexes are perfect. Good. Back out. Normal.
Yeah, he's a perfect man. Perfect.
So everything
What he
looks
is.
pretty normal here.
Good.
We'll skip checking for hernias.
We're going to do a rectal exam.
Had to keep that in the movie.
I like to be more
Had to.
thorough than that.
Had to keep the rectal exam in the movie.
You're going to go downstairs and get your bloods drawn.
So the reason we have you fasting is the true cholesterol and glucose numbers fasting. So if you had like a bacon, egg, and cheese, your cholesterol would be way high. Or if you had like orange juice, your glucose would be really high.
3 down.
Your blood tests are excellent. Okay, you're starting off with a total cholesterol of 168, which is less than 200, and it's really superb.
Your blood level's fine. Your iron level is good as well.
You have no evidence of diabetes. Your fasting blood sugar is very low.
The other thing that we looked at were all your electrolytes in terms of the salts in your blood, your kidney function, your liver function. They were all perfect.
Your triglycerides,
Yeah, he's an
which is
impeccable,
your building blocks of fat,
impeccable guy.
from what you acquire from eating fat, is 43, which is
A
low,
marvel of human
which is
health.
good.
Your general health, is outstanding.
Great.
Your urinalysis is great.
So you're starting off terrific.
I think the worst case scenario is that you increase your triglycerides and your cholesterol level, and if you have any heart disease in the family or any underlying heart disease, you're putting your heart at risk.
I expect to see an increase in your triglycerides because that can be affected. You're at 87 now, and I think that will change. And I think that's the only thing that will change.
Out of everything.
Out of everything. I mean, there might be some minor variations, but the body is extremely adaptable. And the kidneys will handle any extra salt that you're taking in, and your liver will be able to metabolize additional fats.
As far as you gaining weight,
I love this guy.
it probably will. As far as your cholesterol
This guy
going
owns.
up, it probably will. As far as you feeling miserable, maybe. I don't know. Unless you start cheating and just order the salads.
I also went to a fancy New York wellness center to meet a registered dietitian who would help track my progress.
Okay, let's start with getting your height and weight.
I'm 6'2". I weigh about 185.
For your height, this is a healthy weight. I can tell you that right now. Your BMI, which is the body mass index, is within normal limits, which means you're not obese. You're actually at the correct weight.
So what I should do
Lucky
is I should
bastard.
keep sort of a checklist of the things that I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Keep a food log. Your calorie needs are going to be averaging about 2,500 calories a day. As far as fat goes, for 2,500 calories, you're going to want about 80 grams of total fat in a day. The saturated fat, which is a component of total fat, you want to have less than 25 grams a day. Don't try to overindulge too much.
Yeah.
Good luck, Morgan.
Great.
Thank you.
Hi there. Hi, I'm Eric Raleigh, our exercise physiologist.
Great. The official weigh-in.
185 and a half. We'll go through the cardiovascular assessment, and then I'll be able to
Weighs 100 pounds less than I do.
oxygen your muscles can utilize.
Give him that.
That's also an indicator of the type of condition that your cardiovascular system is in. All right, good work. I'm going to use these skin fold calipers to estimate your body density. You're 11% body fat. That's great. We're going to measure your flexibility of your hamstrings, your hips, and your lower back.
Yeah, good for you.
Very nice. 38 centimeters was your best. And there's a basic, old school test for muscular strength and endurance. 36, good job. You're above average fitness for your age group. Definitely, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're at a good spot right now.
More than
An
60%
elite,
of
say.
Americans get no form of exercise.
What a weirdo.
So for the next 30 days, neither will I. But I'll still have to walk. How much does the average American walk a day?
Oh, there's reason to believe. We have these pedometers that we put on people, step counters. You could very roughly estimate that about 2,000 steps, because 2,000 would make a mile. And we know that people that work in office settings, who drive a car to and from work, or take an elevator up to that office, may take as little as 2,500 or 3,000 steps in their entire day. If you wanted to feel physically like a lot of Americans do, then you'd kind of limit yourself to about 5,000 steps a day.
Us New Yorkers, we walk everywhere. We walk to work, to the park, to the store. Most of us don't even own cars. The average New Yorker will walk 4 to 5 miles a day. A day. That's a lot of walking. I'll also have the blessing of being close to
I have days where I hit 20K.
almost everywhere I go. I walk past 3 Golden Arches just on my way to the office. 3 in just over a mile. There are more
Hey, you're
amenities
New
in
York City.
Manhattan than anywhere else in the world. This tiny little island is less than 13 miles long by 2 miles wide, 22.4 square miles. And packed into that area are 83 McDonald's, nearly 4 per square mile. There are twice as many Mac Shacks as there are Burger Kings, and there are more McDonald's than KFC, Wendy's, Popeyes, and Taco Bell combined. That's a lot of burger.
I know he's going to do it for a month,
That's a lot.
but I think after a week he's going to be really irritated. I think it's going to affect our relationship.
You are a vegan chef.
Yes, I'm a vegan chef.
Gross.
I just don't know if I can. Of course I will. I'll sit next to him while he eats McDonald's. Of course I will. I'm just going to be rolling my eyes the whole time.
I heard that they had some issues. Not together anymore.
We have a vegetable tart and a quinoa and roast.
Yes, honey, that tastes really good.
Artichokes,
Mmm.
green salad, all beautiful, organic, fresh vegetables that you're going to miss so much.
That's some weird art in there.
In the next month, nothing.
Nothing.
You're only going to have genetically modified potatoes.
I'm going to eat as many
Dude.
vegetables as I can tonight.
That's probably why he went on this expedition.
It's good, right?
We didn't have to eat this vegan
And they
garbage.
improved their cookies in the last 10 years because the last time I had them, they were like little hockey pucks.
Yeah, they're
We'll see.
no way.
It's the first day, and I'm on my way to breakfast. Could I get an Egg McMuffin extra value meal? Every 8-year-old's dream right now that I'm getting ready to fulfill. I got.
We'll say McDonald's breakfast is pretty good.
That's gonna be the first thing right there.
I like it.
This McDonald's delivers for free. All I did today was leave my apartment, walk down the stairs, and walk to the McDonald's. 1,272 steps. So we gotta go to the corner and we gotta get a cab. cabs are gonna add up in this thing, I can tell already. Got my scorecard, and in here, I had 1 Egg McMuffin, I had 1 sausage biscuit. Do you eat fast food?
Once in a while.
Yeah?
Once in a while.
How often?
I'd say probably once every 2 weeks.
Oh, 3, 4 times a week, maybe?
In France, yes.
Yeah.
But here, not.
No.
I don't like here. It doesn't sound very clean.
And what's your favorite place?
Probably Wendy's.
McDo.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell. McDonald's is pretty close.
Do you ever have a supersized?
That guy's pretty.
No. In France, the small size here, it's the bigger size in France. Even the small size here, I can't drink.
There are rules to what's going on here in this whole process. I will only supersize it if they ask me, and I can only eat things that are for sale over the counter at McDonald's. Water included. If McDonald's doesn't sell it, I can't eat it. I have to have everything on the menu at least once over the next 30 days.
That's a big extra.
I have to have 3 squares a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No excuses. Oh, I love Big Macs. See, this is probably the first time in a long time that I've actually seen a Big Mac that looks like the picture.
Those look,
actually almost
looks
like
really
the
good.
picture. Look at that.
I've never had a Big Mac that looked like that.
You gotta come to Chinatown for the good Big Macs.
I guess so. Sorry, Morgan, your little documentary here isn't working. I just want McDonald's even more right now.
You've heard
On a
about
Big
all
Mac.
these people who are suing these fast food companies.
Yes, I've heard.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous, but it's the American way to sue for everything.
I'd throw the lawsuit out if I was a judge. And like I was saying, if these fast food places can put their signs up, if I can walk by them and just totally ignore them and say, I'm not hungry, I don't need this, they can do it too.
We don't have to go there. You know, we don't have to shop with them. We can easily go in McDonald's and grab a salad, but we choose not to.
Now, if the McDonald's refused them service, they'd be in court again saying, we were refused service.
Yeah. Yeah, you tell them.
So you can't win if you tried in this world.
I think there's a lot of focus on the fast food companies because
That
they
guy's
are
right.
mentioned more than virtually all the other causes in most of the articles and books and studies about why it's a sudden epidemic. Again, it can't be the neighborhood restaurant. We've had neighborhood restaurants for hundreds of years. It can't be the foods we eat at home. We've been eating at home for hundreds of years. Something is very different. I think the figure is
it's lack of self-control. That's what it is.
John Banzhaf
Not enough
is currently
discipline. That's what it
spearheading
is.
the attacks against the food
You don't need to go to
industry,
McDonald's.
advising
I go there
millions
because
of
it tastes
drivers who are
good.
currently going through the process. People say he's crazy, but that's what they used to say about him when he first sued the tobacco companies. Until he won.
I think in terms of responsibility, it's fair to point the big gun at McDonald's. McDonald's is one of the biggest, but more importantly, it is the one with far more than all the others, lures in young children. They have the playgrounds, the closed indoor
That's
playgrounds.
fair.
Many places, there are no other playgrounds. You've got to take
Kinda fair.
the kids there. So even at 2 and 3 and 4, those kids are being lured into there. McDonald's is very heavy on birthday parties.
I loved
They,
the
of course,
play places
pioneered
when
the
I was a
Happy
kid.
Meal.
That's
Now the Mighty Kids meals also with those little
pretty
gotta-have
cool.
'em toys.
Happy
that they
Meals,
get
yeah.
the kids in.
Had them all
Of
the
course,
time.
whole clown. McDonald's is the clown. A lot of those ads appeal primarily to kids. There's a cartoon on TV which features them. So they, more than others, lure the kids in. And I think all of us are far more concerned about the kids.
Another man who is worried about the kids is Samuel Hirsch. He represents the 2 girls who are suing McDonald's, with much advisement coming from Professor Banzhaf. Why are you suing the fast food establishment?
You mean motives besides monetary compensation? You mean you want to hear a noble cause? Is that it?
I think that fast foods are a major contributor to this epidemic.
In 2000, Dr. David Satcher became the first Surgeon General to draw attention to the obesity crisis, declaring it a national epidemic.
Now remember, we're supersizing everything. You go to any place to buy, go to any fast food store, and they're trained to tell you to buy a bigger size. For 5 cents more, you can get the supersize.
Federal government will define a piece of meat, 3 ounces of meat, as a sensible portion, and that looks like a deck of cards. Few people
3
would be able
ounces.
to find this deck of cards if they were
What
served
the
a piece
fuck
of
are they
meat
on
or
about?
steak in a restaurant. It would probably be about 4 or 5 times the size. One typical bagel that one is eating that looks something like this is going to comprise 5 servings of bread. When fast food companies first opened, they generally introduced one size. For example, one size French fries when McDonald's first opened, called fries. That size fries is now called small, medium, large, and supersize. That original size is still here. It's got about 200 calories, but the supersize is going to pack in over 600 calories.
Yeah.
They had a 12-ounce small and a 16-ounce large. This 12 ounce is now kitty. The 16 ounce is now the small, the medium, the 32, and the 42. And this is across the board with all fast food places. Cars have introduced larger cup holders to accommodate those huge 7-Eleven double gulps.
Yeah, double gulps.
A half gallon and hold anywhere from 600 to 800 calories, depending on how much ice you put in.
A half gallon of soda.
A half gallon of soda for one person, 48 teaspoons of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, could I get
I can get behind that.
double quarter pounder with cheese meal?
That's my favorite meal.
I think I'm gonna have to go supersize.
God damn it, I wish they still had that.
Look at that Coke. That
Oh
barely
yeah,
fits in there.
that Coke.
Oh shit! I'm gonna look at that. Look at how big that thing is. Look
That-
how big that French fry is.
That's awesome.
That thing is like 4 feet tall. Double quarter pounder with cheese.
It's delicious.
More calories than anything. There it is. A little bit of heaven. Mmm.
They're good.
That's a lot of food, man. I'll tell you what. You get all that supersized stuff? That stuff gets supersized? Man, look at that. I just I'm not even halfway done with those fries. Not even halfway. It's like a workout.
Jesus,
Now's the time
man.
of the meal when you start getting the McStomach ache.
No.
You start getting the McTummy,
Wrong.
You get the McGurgles in there.
Okay.
You get the McBrick.
I've had
You
McGurgles.
get the McStomach ache. Right now I got some McGas that's rocking. My arm.
Are you sweating there?
My arms. I feel like I got some McSweats going. My arms got the McTwitches going in here from all the sugar that's going in my body right now.
He's over. He's being a drama queen. That's what he's doing.
Just give me a minute.
I'm in pure McDonald's heaven.
This is gonna be you like after every meal.
Oh. I'm dying.
What, it took him an hour to eat that?
It's making me puke.
You puked from a DQPC meal? You're a bitch. You are a bitch. Fuck you, Morgan Spurlock. You're a bitch. Can't finish a double quarter pounder meal. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fucking throws up. What a dumbass.
I believe we live in a toxic food and
Whoa,
physical
dude.
activity environment. That is, we live in an environment that almost guarantees that we become sick. Not 100% of people
Wrong.
become sick.
Oh my God, you're so wrong. You're just
I
wrong.
don't believe that toxic is too strong a word either, because an epidemic of obesity where 60% of the population is suffering and record numbers of children having this is a crisis by any standard.
The toxic environment is constant access to cheap, fat-laden foods. It's gas stations that sell more candy and sodas than gas. It's a nation where there are more than 3 million soda vending machines. That's one for every 97 Americans. It's a world where people depend completely on their cars for transportation, and where walking has become such a chore that we rely on machines to do it for us.
I walk everywhere. Fuck you.
My stomach feels horrible this morning. It doesn't feel good at all.
Oh man, that quarter pounder really messed me up, dude.
Feeling right in my midsection, like basically in my penis right now. It's just like this. It's really freaky.
That is very odd.
Yeah.
No, he made that up just so we could go talk to the female doctor about it.
Pinpoint that 100%.
I have a delivery from Mr. Morgan.
He wanted to go talk to the female doctor about his dick. That's what he wanted to do.
3-day hump. You know how when you quit smoking,
Fucking.
I don't know how many of you out there.
I see what you're doing.
I quit smoking, and it's the 3-day hump.
I heard you didn't.
It's the 3-day hump when you quit smoking cigarettes.
That part's true.
Those 3 days without smoking one cigarette, you can make it past day 1.
Someone I know
day 2,
quit
day 3,
smoking
make it over the hump, you're fine.
after they were
Same thing with
3 days over with. It was smooth sailing.
I'm all right.
Left unabated, obesity would overtake smoking as a leading preventable cause of death in this country.
I was at this meal, and it came up that one of the people was a smoker. And somebody else at the table started hectoring them about it. What's the matter with you? Don't you know how bad it is for you? It'll do this, that, and the other thing to you, and you really should stop. And the smoker, rather than saying, fuck you, which, is a mind your own business, which I think is the appropriate response, was bashed and
it is.
And defensive, and like, oh, I tried to quit, and yeah, I'm going to try again.
Fuck that, no.
So on.
Hey,
At
fuck
that same
you.
table, there was a quite large woman. And I was wondering, what if this guy, instead of confronting the smoker, had said to the large woman, what's the matter with you, you fat pig? Don't you know how dangerous it is to be so overweight? Stop eating, for God's sake, and don't you dare get dessert. And what's the matter with you, right? Same logic. I'd be hard-pressed to find a distinction
I agree.
between those two examples.
I agree.
Okay, so
They're
one
both
is now
just as
socially
bad.
acceptable to hector smokers, but the other one isn't quite yet.
Oh, you.
So the question is, at
Neither
what
is
point will it
good.
become acceptable to publicly hector fat people in the way that smokers are publicly hectored?
No.
Secret study by one of the tobacco
You shouldn't hector either of them. Mind your own damn business.
title is something like
Some of these bastards don't understand.
Later actuation in life. They would buy the little toy cigarettes, and they'd start play smoking them at 4 or 5 or 6. Wouldn't even notice the pack. I mean, if you asked them what pack it was, they wouldn't notice it. But the theory was that somewhere it's buried in here, and then when they get to the age where they're smoking, without even realizing it, they're going
They've gone to a quieter place.
recognized because it had those nice feelings for them when they were little kids. In the same way here, yeah, they're satisfied, it's nice, they remember the warm feelings of playing and getting the toy and being with mom and
Doubt
dad.
it.
It's going to carry through.
That's why when I have kids, every time I drive by a fast food restaurant, I'm going to punch my kid in the face.
I bet he would.
He'll never want to come.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and
Yeah.
McDonald's will make you fat. They serve Big Macs. They serve quarter pounders. They will put pounds on you. Rock and roll
Something about this seems a little bit wrong.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
One of the most disturbing things to me is that in the last 20 to 25 years, we've actually seen a doubling of overweight and obese children and adolescents.
And this weight gain has been linked to countless health problems later in life, such as hypertension, coronary heart disease, stroke, gallbladder disease, osteoarthritis, sleep apnea, respiratory problems, endometrial, breast, prostate, and colon cancers, dyslipidemia, steatohepatitis, insulin resistance, asthma, hyperuricemia, reproductive hormone abnormalities, polycystic ovarian syndrome, impaired fertility, and adult-onset diabetes. In fact, if current trends continue, 1 out of every 3 children born in the year 2000 will develop diabetes in their lifetime.
Sounds about right.
At least 17 million Americans now have type 2 diabetes, and about 1 out of every 20 people.
If the diabetes starts before the age of 15, you lose somewhere between 17 and 27 years of lifespan.
According to the new research, the direct medical costs associated with diabetes have doubled. The direct medical costs have doubled in the past 5 years, from $44 billion in 1997 to $92 billion in 2002.
Somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20% of the obese children have elevated abnormal liver function tests, and we have now started a study where we're biopsying these children to see what their livers actually look like under the microscope, and half of them have evidence of scarring of the liver, fibrosis of the liver, the early stages of cirrhosis. So when these children end up being adults, they're going to end up, if they don't change their eating and exercise habits, are going to end up with liver failure and well, either transplant or death.
Did you want lettuce and mayonnaise on all of them? I think it's very, very hard for overweight teenagers because you're always going to see the thin, pretty, popular girls, and you can't help but look at them and think, I wish I was her, or I wish I could have that. And I mean, it's depressing. It makes you feel like crap. I mean, that's just how it is. And
It'll be healthier. I don't know what you want.
it's hard being a teenager because you see all the girls in the Cosmo Girl or Teen People, and they're all beautiful, and you think, aren't I supposed to look like that? And it's just not. It's not realistic.
No, because they worked hard to be like that. They did.
So without further ado, let's welcome Jared Bogle.
Oh man, this is not gonna age well.
Drinking, obviously it wasn't doing drugs. My big vice was food. And before I knew it, I wound up weighing 425 pounds. I brought in a present for you. My old pants that are now made famous in all the Subway commercials.
That owns.
You're welcome.
This is my daughter Victoria.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Inspiration to the kids. I really appreciate that.
That's one of the greatest. I mean, you know, as I said, when I started putting my weight on, as you guys know, at 3rd or 4th grade, so.
And she was real tiny when she was littler.
Sure.
And it's been in our family. In fact, I had a great grandfather that died and was buried in a piano box years and years ago.
Yeah.
So it's a history.
Absolutely.
So, and she's been trying to maintain her weight.
And it's tough. It's always a challenge. I know. I mean, I know, and it's as a kid, it's awfully hard these days. But
and kids are not always kind.
No, not at all. And I know that firsthand. And it's the problem is the world's not going to change. You have to change.
And I guess it's kind of cool to know somebody or be able to listen to somebody talk about actually being where I am right now. And it's kind of hard because I can't afford to
No. No. Don't do that.
like 2 times a day. And that's what he's talking about. Like, that's the only solution. Like, that's what he said that, like, worked the best. But I can't do that. And I've tried other ways, and it's kind of hurt my body from doing other ways that I've tried to do. And it's kind of hard to, like, look at
You already know, dude.
and say, hey, I've done it, so you can do it. But it's not that easy.
I've been sick as a kid. I grew up eating a lot of ice cream, more than you could believe. We had an ice cream cone-shaped swimming pool in our backyard. We had a commercial freezer with not only all 31 flavors in it, but all the experimental flavors that were under development.
That's
and I
awesome.
made myself the official taster. I had to approve everything in my mind. And I mean, I loved it. What kid wouldn't? I mean, I literally had unlimited ice cream. I ate ice cream for breakfast. But I was sick a lot. And I wasn't very athletic. I didn't exercise. I was really ill. and I didn't feel good. So
Oh,
I
I'm
would try
sure.
to appease that by eating more ice cream. You can see how the vicious cycle would take place. One of the triggering factors for me was my uncle, Bert Baskin, my dad's partner and brother-in-law, co-founder of the company, died of a heart attack. I think he was 51. Now, my uncle weighed about
Yeah, dude,
240
that's poor parenting. That's what'll happen.
And when he died,
Didn't let you eat that much ice cream as a kid.
I asked my dad, you think there could be a connection between his fatal heart attack and the amount of ice cream he would eat? My father said no. His ticker just got tired and stopped working. By this time, he had manufactured and sold more ice cream than any human being that had ever lived on this planet. He didn't want to think that the product he was selling was hurting anybody, that it had contributed to the death of his brother-in-law and partner.
Oh, shit.
In many ways, best friend. I mean, no way. Ben Cohen, the Ben of Ben and Jerry's, a couple years ago had a quintuple bypass procedure at the age of 49.
That
My
owns.
uncle Bert Baskin of Baskin Robbins dies at the age of 51 of a heart attack.
It doesn't own.
My father, Irv Robbins, the other founder of the company, ended up with very serious diabetes. You can't deny these links.
Yeah, eating bad shit will fucking make you sick.
Okay,
Not good for you.
supersized. Second time.
After 5 days on the McDonald's diet, what I did was I ran
Be right back.
3 days worth of food analysis. The needs for you to maintain weight at the 185 that you were at when you came in, 186 pounds, was approximately 2,500 calories, okay? Right now you're getting about almost 5,000 calories a day, the average being 4,986. I would love for you to take a multivitamin.
McDonald's doesn't sell multivitamins.
Well, here's my new advice is just kind of minimize the meals. A nice substitute for the hot fudge sundae would be the yogurt.
That is true. If you get the snack size, 5 ounces. If you get the regular size without granola, it contains nearly as many calories as a strawberry sundae. With granola, it has more calories than the hot fudge or caramel sundae. And if that doesn't make you think twice about the parfaits, then how about this? There's a big nappy hair in it. That's disgusting. I'm going to show you how we do it. You go like this. We go. Oh, look, it's long, dude.
That's a big one.
Oh, that's so gross. Only the finest at McDonald's.
That's awesome.
We are at 190.
It was 186 last week.
192, 193, 194. No. We have to stop everything. I don't believe it. 195 pounds.
I refuse to believe that that happened in 5 days.
The thing is zeroed. Second try. 88, 92, 94.
You're gained actually about 5% of your body weight. Losing weight that fast and gaining weight that fast is not healthy.
Doubt it.
Yes, I did.
Doubt it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, love it, love it, love it. Love fast food.
Is that Bobby Shmurda?
Every week? Oh, maybe once or twice a week.
Oh, we finna go hit up McDonald's in a little while. At least 3 times today, because you know we ain't had no
2 times a day.
We just pointed towards McDonald's.
I get the number 2, the cheeseburger.
The 2 cheeseburger
with
meal.
the supersized Coke and fries.
You supersize it up. Make it bacon. 69 cents. That's what they say. Make it bacon. Make it bacon, baby.
How often do you think people should eat fast food?
I don't know if they should eat it at all. I don't know if I should. I don't know about what they should do.
Oh, that's baloney. It's
what
baloney.
They need to do is
it's
hit like
baloney.
25 minutes on that treadmill, work out a little something, do some push-ups. See, if you do some push-ups and you eat, you'll keep your weight down. See, I keep my weight down and stuff. I hit them push-ups and everything.
It's baloney.
Keep myself cool.
Who has time to
All right.
do that?
I agree with him.
We have to take care of kids. We have to clean. So you exercise, you run after your kids.
Not McDonald's fault. Your fault.
These are the first McNuggets I've had in this whole exciting tour of duty. Look at that. Glistening in the sun. Boy, that is miserable. I'm not sure what portion of the chicken that's shaped like that. I'm guessing this is the foot on the chicken. In the lawsuit
That's the
against
boot,
them,
you
McDonald's
dumbass.
stated in their own defense that it's a matter of common knowledge that any processing that its foods undergo serve to make them more harmful than unprocessed foods.
No shit.
Case in point, McNuggets. Originally created from old chickens that could no longer lay eggs, McNuggets are now made from chickens with unusually large breasts. They are stripped from the bone and ground up into a sort of chicken mash, which is then combined with all sorts of stabilizers and preservatives, pressed into familiar shapes, breaded, deep-fried, freeze-dried, and then shipped to a McDonald's near you. Judge Robert Sweet called them a McFrankenstein creation of various elements not utilized by the home.
Yeah! That's awesome.
So for the past couple days, which I haven't shared with everybody, it's been a new thing. Is I've started to have like some chest, not chest pains, but like pressure. You know, I feel like I got pressure on my chest. So I figure that's probably not a good thing. But neither's eating all this. So. I tell you, I haven't smelled bad yet.
Yeah, you have.
No, I haven't.
You just don't smell how bad you smell.
No. Look at that fish fillet. Look at this thing.
Oh God, that looks nasty, man.
Isn't that horrible?
Obviously, that was been sitting
Yeah,
around all day.
the bun stuck to the
Fillet of
cheese.
fish.
Happens.
Oh,
shit.
That was staged. 100%.
Pounder with cheese value meal.
Okay, thank you. 486.
I don't feel good today. Not that I feel sick, but I
Who's
just
got
feel
the
really
thing that made you
stressed,
throw up?
You know, for no reason.
Fucking
I mean, things are going
moron.
great.
You're a
I've had good day.
moron.
I just feel really.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. It's not real hard.
You're a fucking
to eat this
idiot.
food all the time. Just
I don't
because
feel
it
well
tastes
today.
good,
I
makes
got
you
the
feel
thing that made me throw up last time I
really
ate it.
noticed.
I don't feel
I'll eat
good.
some,
Fuck you.
Just a little while later, I'll be hungry again, and I'll want more, more. So I'm pretty bored with their menu. It only took me 9 days, but it's pretty good otherwise. 9 days.
Do that again.
How many?
How many's the question?
That is the question. We always ask how many, and he holds up how many fingers.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's always the how many. Yeah.
It's just one from now, yeah.
Just one?
One for now.
As soon as I got my first car, this is the first place I came to. I bought 3 Big Macs, ate them out there.
All right, John Lennon.
I came back about 5 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
3 more, ate them out there. Came back around 11 o'clock before they closed and ate 3 more. So the first day I came here, I ate 9 Big Macs, and it was like I couldn't get enough hamburger at that time, and Big Macs are so good. So I ate
They're good.
265 in the first month.
How many
Sometimes.
do you eat a day usually?
Usually it's 2 a day. Okay, now last year I ate 741 last year. Okay, well that's more than 2 a day. So that means there's days I had 3, but that's because they're getting smaller. It's probably 90% of my solid diet is probably Big Macs. That parking spot, that's where I asked her if she wanted to get married. I mean, this place is special. A lot of reasons.
And that's her Yoko.
I had one
And that's his
Whopper
Yoko.
for life. 1984. Guy gave me $5.
The fuck, dude.
So I went.
So
I ate the
weird.
Whopper, took my $5 over to McDonald's, got some Big Macs. I always make fun of people at work, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm gaining weight." I said, "Well, you should try the Gorski diet." And they go, "Oh, yeah." They don't like that.
They don't like that.
Man, this is a perfect sandwich, you know. At least for me, it is.
There it is, bite number 19,000.
Well, the wife says when she's got to put them in a blender, it ends. You know, that's what she told me.
Big Mac smoothies.
That guy looks Big Macs, dude. Can I say?
America's been McDonaldized, you know, it's been franchised out. It's like one of those old Flintstones cartoons where they just had something rolling around in the background. You kept seeing the same buildings go by. It's like Kmart, Walmart, McDonald's, Kmart, Walmart, Wendy's, Kmart, and it's just like you have no sense of where you're at anymore. The way I look at it is like Cezanne was inspired by the mountain he saw out his window. And when I look out my window, I see no mountains. I just see billboards and advertisements. So I use that as my inspiration.
The average American child sees 10,000 food advertisements per year on television. 95% of those are for sugared cereals, soft drinks, fast foods, or candy. A parent who eats every meal, every day, for the whole year with their child, and every meal gives a very compelling nutrition message, and can bring in cartoon characters. And Michael Jordan, so instead of selling McDonald's, he sells oranges. And Britney Spears, instead of selling Pepsi, will sell radishes or lettuce or something. That parent will have 1,000 cracks at their child compared to 10,000 for the food industry. So it's not a fair fight.
You know, by the
Yeah,
time
but that
kids are
shit
able to
sucks.
speak, most
No one
of
wants to
them
eat
say
that.
McDonald's.
I'm going to show you some
Doesn't taste
pictures,
good.
and I want you to tell me who they are.
Okay.
Who's that? You don't know?
George Washington.
Yeah? Who is he?
He who was the fourth president. He freed the slaves, and he could never tell a lie.
Who's that?
Don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. George W. Bush?
Nope. That's a good guess, though.
Yeah.
Is this?
I don't know. Goldilocks? I forgot the name, but I think I know.
Yeah? Where have you seen her?
That picture is on the side. Wendy.
Nice. Who's that?
McDonald. Ronald McDonald.
Who is it?
McDonald.
What does he do?
He was helping people at the cash register. He works at McDonald's. I love their pancakes and sausage. He brings every of his friends to McDonald's for a Happy Meal.
Where have you seen him?
Oh,
Television on the commercials.
this isn't really a knock at McDonald's, I don't think. This is more of a knock at the school system not teaching these kids,
Companies spend billions
you know,
making sure you know
familiar faces in history rather than fucking Ronald fucking McDonald.
McDonald's spent $1.4 billion.
Signs are everywhere. Like, what do you expect?
On direct media
Probably eat there.
advertising, Pepsi spent more than $1 billion. To advertise its candy, Hershey Foods spent under a mere $200 million internationally. In its peak year, the 5-a-day fruit and vegetable campaign's total advertising
What's up, Adsy?
in all media was a lowly $2 million.
Saw this movie eons ago. Yeah, where they showed it in the schools and whatnot. Saw this about, I think it was 3 times between 2 different school districts when I was growing up.
Toys for children, giveaways in fast food places, placemats. I mean, just all of the different ways in which food marketing is ubiquitous. The most heavily advertised foods are consumed the most. No surprise.
Tomato, concentrate, distilled vinegar, high fructose corn syrup.
Hash browns were good.
Corn syrup and corn syrup. That means sugar. I'll move over to my salad shaker. I feel a little sick to my stomach. This is the best part of the day, when I get to be fat on the bed with my quart of Coke.
People eat out a lot. And so if there aren't healthy foods available at restaurants and there isn't good nutrition information, it makes eating out difficult.
McDonald's says nutrition information for all their products is available online. But according to the 2000 U.S. Census, more than half of all U.S. homes still don't have internet access. So what are these people supposed to do? Go to the store
It's
for
half.
nutrition information? Is that
That's 50%.
information even
That's a
there?
good amount of people. Go to the library if you really give a shit. Public internet access. There you fucking go. Fucking God. What a shitty fucking argument. Fuck you.
Or would they be up front?
Fucking Morgan Spurlock.
But they got lots of info about Dora the Explorer live. That's cool. Thank you.
Stupid. Look, they even have it in the fucking restaurants.
But I mean, you don't have ones you can take with you. Do you guys have one on the wall?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, they don't post those anymore? Why not?
Only half the
No one gives a shit. No one looks at them.
nutrition info posted on the wall. Some had the takeaway nutrition charts, and 1 in 4 had no information whatsoever. This nice man
Because no one cares.
from the basement.
Oh, thank you. You don't have ones that I could take with me, like a takeaway? Do you know when you'll have some of the paper ones again?
John Banzaf and I looked all over this McDonald's in
If they
Washington.
cared, they wouldn't be eating there.
And then we found it.
Oh, here we go. Behind here, you'd never see it. It's right back there. You can't argue that people should exercise personal responsibility and then not give them the information on which to base it.
I got my chicken group.
There's no chicken group.
That's my cholesterol group.
Protein.
I got my protein group.
Carbohydrates.
I got my meat group.
You got meat, sugar, and fat.
I officially had to loosen my belt the other day from, had to go a notch lower.
One notch?
One notch. Scary. I'm an old pro at this now.
Right. You'll get sick of this too, though. Girlfriend must be loving you.
She hates me.
All right.
Cool. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I averaged out all the calories for the last 9 days, and you're still eating over 200% of what your needs are. I suggest you cut out all the liquids that you're drinking from McDonald's, except for water. A lot of people who lose 10% of if they're obese and they lose
Fuck
10%
that,
of
dude.
their
Just
weight,
do what you want.
it can be beneficial
Fuck her.
in terms of blood pressure and so on. So gaining 10% of your body weight maybe could be equally non-beneficial.
Here we go. Second weigh-in.
What do you think, Eric? 203? 203? Yeah. I think you almost got 10% of your body weight gained. So you've pretty much gained 17 pounds.
You go, Morgan.
In 12 days. You better slow down. I'm telling you, don't drink your calories. I told him no more shakes, no more Coke, no more double burgers. Yeah. The staff here is calling you Burger Boy.
It's starting to get dangerous now, man. I'm getting nervous for you.
Yeah. Yeah, what a bitch. You're right.
Where the impact of our fast food world has become more and more evident is in our nation's schools.
Can I get a shot of your lunch right there? You got a cookie and some fries. You gonna have anything else? Nope.
Ketchup.
Do you think, judging by the food that's in there, on a whole, do you think the kids make healthy choices?
No shit they're gonna get that, because everything else they serve fucking sucks. When I was in school, they would just serve garbage. You would go in the snack line. That's where most of our food would come from. We'd go get snacks.
A lot of them do have their lunches.
Oh, they do.
They'll have a
Oh, so
sandwich,
it's like a
and
side.
it's like a side dish. Yes. Can I get fries, please? Just the fries?
Yeah, they just want fries.
Is that your whole lunch too?
Well, I'm getting milk. It's my calcium and vegetable. Can I ask some fries, please?
But you don't think you should take away things like the, I tell you something, Swiss rolls? I used to eat packs of these all the time.
Oh yeah.
On the lunch line, are we setting the kids up to make bad choices?
No, I don't believe so. Because a child, just like you saw with child, she's not going to solely eat just that. And a child isn't going to pick up 2 or 3.
But that's all she bought.
But it doesn't mean this is all she's going to eat.
Right.
You have to follow her back to her table and say,
We got to go find Lori, see if that's all she's going to eat.
This is where schools turn a blind eye. The student with the French fries probably brought a bag lunch with real food. The girl with the chips is probably sharing them with someone else. Out of sight,
No.
out of mind.
You know that's not true. But what you serve at the school is fucking horseshit. So they're just gonna buy the fries because that's probably the only good thing they have.
But there's still 36 grams of sugar in this, which is as much as a Coke.
No. Wrong. Wrong. The lunches were fucking trashed here. They were.
Barbara Brown is the field representative for Sodexo.
It's true.
One of the countless lowest bidders that school districts have farmed.
They'd have a couple things, you know. Maybe once a week they'd have something that was something I'd want.
Nationwide every day, providing quality food like Little Debbie snack.
Yeah, look at that shit. No one wants that.
Bars to your children. They also operate prisons and feed thousands of inmates worldwide.
Part of our position is that we're hoping that through nutrition education, the students will learn to make the right food choices.
Oh, that looks
without
awful.
Restricting and what they can purchase.
At this middle school
Can't do that, dude.
Virginia, the school lunches don't have the flair they do in Illinois. This school does not outsource their food service, but they are on the federal school lunch program, providing USDA reimbursable meals to the students.
That looks okay. I'd eat that. We had Sun Cups, dude.
Some days the amount of
Those
calories in each meal
were
tops
bad.
This
So the USDA sends
Holy
this
shit.
food for you to prepare for kids.
Right. Well, not all of it now. You've got Sloppy Joe barbecue sauce with pork. From the
Oh God.
Whatever happened to cooks actually cooking?
I don't know what happened. Too many whiny people.
Yeah?
They don't want her to work hard. It's easy to come in here. This is the best tool we got right here. Box opener.
That's your chef's tool.
At least she's honest.
That's it. Open up a box. Serve it. Give it to them.
The other bitch they had on was fucking like, oh yeah, I just getting that because she has a healthy meal already. Fuck that bitch. This bitch owns.
Campbell's.
Meatballs.
Comes
in a box, heated up. Out of the course of an entire month,
She knows. This head cook lady, she knows it's all bullshit, and she knows it sucks.
Appleton Central Alternative High School is filled with students who have truancy and behavioral problems, but they've turned things around, not through discipline, but through diet.
We were fortunate to kind of stumble across this healthy program as a result of some contact with Natural Oven and Bakery of Manitowoc, Wisconsin. And they believe in low-fat, low-sugar, non-chemical processed foods.
That looks alright.
Dyes and preservatives.
I need a salad that
full of
look at that. That looks good.
A lot of fresh
that looks amazing.
Vegetables. We do no beef here at all, and then it's the method of preparation.
No
where
beef.
We don't fry. We do a lot of baking.
That lasagna looks.
Just fresh preparation as opposed to opening cans or thawing things out from the box.
Oh yeah.
Got rid of candy machines, soda machines, brought in bottled water, and it was just a situation where we saw a major change in the kids. You know, if you walk through these halls and you're here, these do not look like at-risk, out-of-control kids. Behaviors are better.
He does.
They seem to be
Looks like a Nazi.
focused. Teachers will tell you that they get more out of them in the class.
Keep in mind, this is not a private school. These are the quote-unquote troubled kids of the public school system in Appleton, Wisconsin that are eating so well. And it costs about the same as any other school lunch program. So
I believe it.
Is, why isn't everyone doing this?
Because they're forced to.
Of resistance from the junk food companies that make huge profits off of the schools at the present time. They don't want to get kicked out of the school system. They want to be there to addict the children for life.
The soft drink companies especially boast about how they're contributing to America's education. But in fact, what they're doing is they're draining money from the community rather than contributing money to the community, because the soft drink companies aren't pumping those dollars into the machines. It's the children in the community who are getting the money from their parents. And instead of that money going directly to education, the soft drink
Yeah, my school didn't have any
walking away rich.
any vending machines with soda or anything.
Banned soda in our school district. And this sugar here shows you how much sugar a student will drink in a week of just soda. Forget about the rest of the food they eat. And some of these companies are really opposing the ban for reasons of that we would lose revenue. And it's not about money. It's not about economics. It's about health.
No, it is about money. Everything is.
The McDonald's Texas Homestyle Burger Meal. That's a local specialty. So it's kind of like a Big and Tasty, but only.
Except the Big and Tasty comes with mayonnaise.
Comes with Oh, then you know what? I need the McDonald's Texas Homestyle.
Oh man, you
Burger
guys had
Meal,
Diet
please.
Dew? No shit.
Oh, yes, I would. Do a lot of people supersize it? Yeah.
That's
like
crazy.
5 people. How many of those 5 do it?
Yeah, we had like flavored water and whatnot. That's all we really had.
See that? She's that good. Deborah's that good. So, first meal inside the restaurant that I went in to get, and they asked me to supersize it. We're going to keep the little tabs, see how many times they asked me to supersize it here in Texas. Because Texas, out of the top 15 fattest cities in America, Texas has 5.
Oh, Houston. Damn.
Here we are, Houston, Texas, fattest city in America. Getting my first breakfast.
Holy shit.
When it comes to the topic of obesity, many people are quick to point the finger at various foods and food companies. But the Grocery Manufacturers of America, a Washington, D.C.-based lobby group whose mission is to advance the interests of the food, beverage, and consumer products industry, are quick to shift the focus away from the companies they represent and to remind everyone that there's more at work here than just eating poorly.
We believe very strongly in our industry and in other industries. I think you'll find there's a
Green ketchup, dude.
that the solution lies in good education. We have to get good information to parents so that they can teach their children.
Why the fuck is that green screened in?
Habits, and so that they can lead the healthy lifestyle.
What the fuck?
We don't teach physical education in schools anymore.
In the U.S., only one state requires mandatory physical education for grades K through 12. It's also one of the fattest, Illinois.
You got interference sometimes with this. You got a heart rate?
Phil Lawler is the phys ed teacher at Madison Junior High School, home of the Soaring Warhawks, the snack-ridden school lunches we saw earlier, and one of the most well-executed physical education programs in the country. Supported mostly by fundraising and parent involvement, Lawler has created...
Oh yeah, they seem like they're loving it.
...in school districts nationwide.
When's the last time you've ever heard of a science class fundraising to get their labs? Eventually, society has to step up to the plate and say, this is important, we should have daily physical education and equip it properly. Well, we have to say our greatest strength is the resource of our young people. That's our future.
Oh, it's daily.
The way we're treating
Yeah, I had mine like once or twice a week.
Some serious problems with that. See, I've always said we've never had health care in this country. We've only had sick care. I think daily physical education is the only place out there that's really offering a solution.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea.
You are going to begin traveling through general space. You will go back to your spot, and I will tell you a body shape. Watch out for other people. Round. Good job.
How many days a week do the kids here at this school get to go to the gym?
Once.
1 day a week?
1 day a week for 45 minutes.
Is that enough?
No, nowhere close. Not when the Surgeon General recommends that at minimum you need 30 minutes of physical activity a day to maintain your weight and a healthy well-being. So once a week is nowhere close.
In 2001, President Bush announced
Fair enough.
with sweeping education reform. The No Child Left Behind Act would now hold states accountable for not having students who met minimum education requirements. Apparently, we were not only the fattest nation in the world, but we were quickly becoming the stupidest.
It may be sending a very difficult message for schools. I mean, one of the reasons recess is being cut back in elementary schools, as I said earlier, is that's being cut out so they can prepare for the tests. You know, and something I've said to a couple of groups, you know, it's very interesting. We could end up with youngsters who could read but who are fat. So we
didn't have recess after like
more and more we put mandates on the schools.
second grade.
In their focus, we mitigate against all of these other areas.
Didn't have anything like that.
Including phys ed, nutrition, health. These are all the things being cut out.
Who in here can tell me what a calorie is?
You know what's on the back of the food box?
Something you should watch.
Something you should watch. Yeah, you got that right.
Is it the fat that goes through your
What's a calorie?
Oh, Jesus. Calorie is an increment of,
That's a good question.
Most of us know what a calorie actually is.
Energy unit.
Oh, wait. Is a calorie some part of fat? Like, I don't know.
I love this guy.
It's something that builds up the fat in your body. Calories are not good. It's the amount of, see, I don't know. I want to say it's the amount of calories in a calorie. I don't know.
I never pay no mind what calories are. I just eat when I'm hungry and that's it. So if you can tell me what a calorie is, go ahead.
Calorie is a measure of the energy content of food. And
Yeah.
a calorie, the kind that you usually see when you see the caloric content on food labels, 1 calorie is the amount of energy that's needed to raise the temperature of a liter of water by 1 degree centigrade.
Well said. Could I get a
Too complicated.
egg and cheese McGriddle? Smells like a little pancake.
That was good.
Tastes like a little pancake. Look at that.
Might get a McGriddle tomorrow.
Half mile a day since we've been here. No wonder everything's bigger in Texas.
If you're inside, stay there. The blizzard of 2003 isn't over yet.
I got my lunch. I got my dinner. Never have to leave the house.
I'm not going to completely become vegan
just because you want me to.
I'm not saying you should do it because I want you to. I'm saying that you need to think about what you believe is a system that is corrupt and immoral and wrong and hurtful, but you're going to be a part of it. Where is the disconnect there? Why don't you make that choice?
Why don't I make the choice to not eat meat?
Yes. Because you like it.
Because I like meat.
Because it tastes good.
I like
Yeah, it tastes great.
ham is the greatest
I'm sure
thing
heroin
ever.
is awesome. I'm sure it's
Heroin
great.
and ham are in completely different categories.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but ham and heroin
I'm with you on this one, Morgan. You're right.
I could be strung out on ham.
I may hate you, Morgan, but I hate vegans more.
And I am strung out on ham.
It's hard for me to watch him go through this. I gotta tell you.
Shut up.
I worry about his health.
You suck. You're the worst.
At the end of the day, just so tired. Gets home really late from work, and he gets all jacked up on sugar and caffeine, and then he crashes. And then when we do have sex, I gotta tell you, he's not quite as energetic as he used to be.
Yep, had to put that in the film.
On top.
God damn.
Otherwise, he gets tired easily.
Yeah.
I think the saturated fats are starting to impede the blood flow to his penis, and he's
Dude, shut up. Stop talking about this. It's fucking weird. Kids are watching.
It's still good, but it's like definitely a big difference. There's definitely a difference.
Oh yeah, it's still good.
I can tell.
Yep. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Morgan, for keeping that in there. I know you had to. Boost your ego a little bit.
I feel horrible today.
Fucking bastard.
My headache's coming back again. It feels like somebody's yanking on the tendons behind my eyes. My body
Jesus Christ.
actually hates me.
All the vitamins that you see here, vitamin E, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, and so on, are all under 50% of what you need. You're getting quite a lot of carbohydrates, and I know clearly that
No
those
shit.
are all refined carbohydrates because those are coming from the buns, biscuits, hash browns, okay?
Right.
And
Yeah.
sugar. I mean, let's not forget the most refined carbohydrate of all, which is coming from your milkshakes and your Coke.
In fact, there are only 7 items on the McDonald's menu that contain no sugar whatsoever. French fries, chicken McNuggets, hash browns, sausage, Diet Coke, coffee, and iced tea. Everything else, even the salads, contain sugar.
No shit. You fucking moron. Everyone knows that.
Lost a pound.
Oh, thank God. Muscle weighs more than fat, so no, you might have lost some muscle mass and gained some fat mass.
I lost a pound. Let's go get something to eat.
It's kind of funny.
I was feeling bad in the car. Feeling like shit. Really. I was feeling really, really sick and unhappy. Started eating. Feel great. Feel really good now. I feel so
Stop
good.
with that video effect, you
Isn't that right, baby?
bastard. I'm depressed. I'm eating too much McDonald's.
150/90. The headaches might even be hypertensive headaches, but they're probably not. They're probably related to, to blood sugar. You might be in this hyperinsulinemic state. 150/110. Your total cholesterol was 165 before. Now it's 225. A liver that's that's inflamed in any way, or
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you eat crappy every day, three meals a day.
So this is very
Like, yeah,
non-specific, but it means
you're gonna
that
be
the liver
unhealthy.
is
That's
sick.
what's gonna happen.
And the most likely cause of your liver sickness is a fatty liver. Your liver is now like pate. SGOT was originally 21. Now it's
130.
And SGPT was originally 20.
Was
Now
20.
it's 290. More than 10-fold increase.
That's
not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Anybody would say right now that you're sick. You feel fatigued with this. You feel lethargic with this. You feel run down with this. You feel. So if somebody were doing this to their liver with alcohol, they could theoretically wipe out the liver. Wipe out all the liver cells, and there'd be in liver failure. Now, I've never heard of anybody doing this to their liver with a high-fat diet. But I guess anything's possible. I mean, I don't know. can't answer the question. Never been done before. No one's ever wiped out their liver with a high-fat diet before.
Wow. And I won't wipe out my liver in 2 more weeks.
I would think it'd be unlikely. I don't want to tell you wouldn't. I mean, my advice to you is to stop doing what you're doing because it's hurting you. And you're sick. You're sick and you're making yourself sick, and you can make yourself unsick by stopping doing what you're doing.
Yeah, just stop it, Morgan.
I'm just afraid there'll be
Idiot.
something that's totally
I'll be right back.
irreversible, you know, that there'll be some damage done. That...
Yeah, I don't know.
So do they think that once you change your habits, that's going to correct itself?
Yeah, they think that everything should get back on track once this is done. You know, your liver, you know, and I've even been doing some reading, your liver is very resilient and your liver heals itself. So.
Well, if you need a portion of my liver, honey, you can have it. I'll give up part of my liver for you.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks.
There's a drug that is used in emergency rooms called naloxone. It's used for heroin overdose. And a guy comes in, overdose on heroin, comatose, he's going to die. You inject him with this drug, and it blocks the opiate receptors in the brain. Heroin doesn't work, he wakes up. If I give that same drug to a real chocolate addict, a person just shoveling it in, you find the most amazing thing. They lose much of their interest in chocolate. They take a bite, they set it back down. In other words, it's not taste and mouthfeel. It's a drug effect of the food within the brain that keeps us coming back again and again.
But it's interesting you're saying that your mood goes up once you start eating.
Yeah, lately, every time I eat, I feel 100% better.
Huh. So it seems like you're starting to get addicted to it now.
Some coke, have some weed. You know me, I'm your friend, your main boy, thick and thin. I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
McDonald's calls people who eat their food at least once a week heavy users. I'm not kidding. 72% of the people who eat at McDonald's are heavy users. They also have another category, the super heavy user. These people eat their food 3, 4, 5 times a week and up. 22% of the people who eat at McDonald's are super heavy users.
If you look at the menu at a fast food restaurant, they use all of the addicting components. They'll take a slab of meat, cover it with cheese, of course, which is filled with the casomorphins, the opiates that are found in the cheese protein. And then they serve it with a sugary soda, which has the addictive powers of sugar with plenty of added caffeine. Now, you might be a 12-year-old kid. Your brain is no match for that combination.
In 2002, McDonald's
it's really good.
got a full-page ad in a French magazine in which a nutritionist
You can make your own
stated,
burgers.
"There is no reason to go to McDonald's more than once a week." McDonald's corporate headquarters in the U.S. freaked out, saying that this is only one opinion, and that the vast majority of nutrition professionals say that McDonald's food can be a part of a healthy diet. So, we thought we'd randomly call some nutritionists to see what their opinions
You can
were
if you
when
don't
it came
eat
to
it
eating
all
fast
the
food.
fucking time, you fucking idiots.
Ideally, never.
Rare to never.
The less the better. 0 is the best. And hopefully no more often than once a month. If you are stranded on a deserted island, or if we get bombed with anthrax and that's the only food available, that's the only time you should eat fast food.
We called 100 nutritionists all over America, and the results were not on track with the vast majority McDonald's talked about. Only 2 out of the 100 said you should eat fast food 2 times a week or more. 28 said once a week to once or twice a month, and 45 said you should never eat it. 95 of them agreed that it is a major contributor to the obesity epidemic sweeping America.
Okay.
Who hasn't? Who didn't?
Hi, Morgan. How are you? Rich Bennett from Health. Unfortunately, I have to tell you that Health is going to have to close its doors effective immediately. I'm sorry to have to tell you that over the phone. We're all sort of surprised, but we will proceed as before, just not at the Integrative Health Center. Okay, Morgan, thanks, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Those bastards.
Apparently, we don't put much value on health in America anymore. In In fact, each year we spend over $30 billion on diet products and weight loss programs, 2.5 times what we spend on fitness and health. There are pills, drinks, bars. You can lose weight while
None
you
of them
sleep,
work.
while you watch TV, and while eating everything you
I don't know
want,
why people even
always
try.
pushing the newest way to stay
They
thin
don't work.
without exercise.
And we know they don't
Some
work.
people, however, feel that they have tried everything and see only one remaining option as their last hope for health.
Lipo.
I'm diabetic. 80% of people don't have to take insulin anymore after this. Plus, I have high
Eating better and exercise is
lose my weight,
the option.
lose my high blood pressure.
Yeah. This is Bruce Howlett. In a few minutes, his stomach will be surgically reduced to the size of a small apple.
You don't
in a
need to go through
gastric bypass operation.
liposuction or
People with
fucking
hypertension
stupid
who are
diets or
obese,
stupid
about
fucking pills.
75% of them will get rid of their
You eat salad and you work out. That's what you do.
Doctors Adam Naiman and Carl Geisler will be performing the operation. Together they have done more than 500 gastric bypass surgeries, and with their tandem technique, they are setting the industry standard, completing the procedure in less than 30 minutes and sending patients home the following day.
We have established now
That's impressive.
that the only procedure that really cures diabetes is obesity surgery.
Went blind for a week.
Just went completely
Dude, I have one of those.
I went to work. Got to work.
I don't use it, but I have one.
There, couldn't read the charts, and I had to call my supervisor, tell her I couldn't work because I couldn't see what I was doing, and I had to call my wife, had her get a ride to work to pick me up and take me home. And then once I stopped drinking the diet soda waters and stuff, got my sugars back down. I was fortunate enough my eyesight came back. I didn't do that much damage to them at that time.
I think it's human nature to seek a drastic solution only when you're faced with a drastic problem.
Oh, I drank 3 or 4 of those a day.
3 or 4, because this is a half gallon. So that means you were drinking probably about 2 gallons of soda a day.
It wasn't unusual for a 2-week time. We'd buy like 52 liters of soda water.
What the fuck?
And I probably end up having to pick him up a couple extra. He drinks more than I do.
Yeah.
I'll go through about 1 of those a day.
Yeah. There's some days I go through 3 or 4.
Oh, that's 64 ounces. I don't have one that big. That's crazy, dude.
Stigma that these people face
Holy shit.
on a daily basis.
1, 2, 3.
Part's pretty cool. I like seeing the procedure. As gross as it is, it's pretty cool. Yeah, they're just getting all the fat out, dude. Pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool.
It's like 2 in the morning on February 21st. I woke up.
How dramatic.
Was having really difficulty breathing. Very hot, and
Gee.
felt like I was having heart palpitations. Came up and walked around the living room, just trying to get my breath back. And I want to finish, but don't want anything real bad to happen either.
What's another week, you fucking pussy? Jesus fucking Christ.
Your EKG is normal. Deep breath. And out. Now, listen. I don't have a ready explanation for your chest pain.
Okay.
Would you at least consider taking aspirin once a day now that you're on this ridiculous diet?
Maybe. I'll think about it.
Why would you even think about it? Why wouldn't you just do it? This is really,
Because it's not McDonald's.
You saw these numbers, right? These numbers are absolutely outrageous. Okay, for the first time, we're seeing uric acid elevated. So you're giving yourself hyperuricemia. And the danger of hyperuricemia is gout, kidney stones. The results for your liver are obscene beyond anything I would have thought.
Yeah.
Truly. I mean, that movie Death in Las Vegas, Nicolas Cage. I mean, that pickled his liver during the course of a few weeks in Las Vegas, right? I would never have thought that you could do the same thing with a high-fat diet.
Yeah.
My advice to you as a physician is that you've got to stop. You're pickling your liver. Yeah. And you're kicking it while it's down now. Now it's down, and you're kicking it further.
Shut up, doctor. Just let him eat. Let him eat.
You keep drinking, you'll die. If the pain starts to radiate to your jaw or down your arm, that's life-threatening, and immediately so.
Yeah.
So I need to hear about that, or you need to call 911.
Okay.
All right?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
I had no idea this was going to be such a dangerous experiment.
What?
I don't think anybody did.
Eating 100 meals at McDonald's. Great. What the fuck?
He doesn't know what will
You don't think that's gonna be dangerous? You fucking idiot.
But, he said that if I am feeling bad or feeling anything to page him, and he'll admit me immediately wherever I am.
Oh, sweetheart.
Jesus.
I love you so much, and I don't want you to be hurt.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
So dramatic, dude.
I'll tell you, if you start to get nauseous, you start vomiting, your eyes turn yellow, you have got to go to the emergency room, no matter where you are.
Okay.
If you're, again, if you're not keeping food down or anything, you're feeling sick to your stomach, it looks like, your liver function tests are getting worse.
My suggestion would be to stop the diet.
Even Seagal?
Go back to eating lower fat diet. Rechecking the blood test in a couple of weeks.
Damn, bro.
Nobody needs to be partisan about this issue. We need fixes, we need remedies, we need support. And
how much influence on government legislators does the food industry have?
A lot.
Well, the food
Huge.
industry is an enormous business in the United States. Therefore, it employs very expensive and well-paid lobbyists. And
Damn
those
straight.
lobbyists are in Washington for two purposes. Number one, to make sure that no government agency ever says, eat less of the company's products. Number two, that the government never passes legislation that is unfavorable. And I guess the third one is to encourage the government to pass favorable legislation.
The GMA is one of those lobbies.
Which is bullshit, by the way. They shouldn't do that. That shouldn't be allowed.
Finance
Honestly.
programs, as we're doing in a great abundance, getting good information out to parents so we can solve the problem. That's what we do in the food industry.
Even though I do align with libertarian.
We think that is a responsible, important role
Sorry.
to play. We are not police.
With libertarian ideals, I don't think that companies should fucking lobby in our fucking government.
The food
It's
industry
fucked.
and the broadcasters are extremely powerful.
It is so fucked.
And they outgun us.
The industry has stepped up to the plate.
Shut up, Mr. Green Screen Man. You're not in an office. Fucking poser faker.
We're part of the problem.
Dumbass.
And we are also are part of the solution.
Did everyone hear what he just said? We're part of the problem. The lobbyists for Coke, Heinz, Smuckers, Kellogg's, Nestle, Kraft, Hershey, Sara Lee,
He's a
Cadbury,
smuck,
General
alright.
Mills, Seagram, Welch's, Wise, Anheuser-Busch, Birds Eye, Lance, Campbell's, Carvel, Mars, Ocean Spray, Hormel, Dannon, and Pepsi said we're part of the problem. I think we're making some headway. Yeah, I wanted to speak to somebody about scheduling an interview with Jim Cantalupo.
I can take the information, have somebody get back to you. Good morning, media line.
Good morning. I wanted to speak to someone about scheduling an interview.
I can take the information and have somebody get back to you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
One more time.
Yeah, what'd you do? I said it. What were you doing? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation.
And to the republic.
Oh,
For which it stands.
you guys got me all freaked out.
Bro,
I pledge allegiance
said it every day in school. Every day.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Fucking,
under God, indivisible,
I thought
justice for
and still think that it's pretty weird.
Liberty.
Where's the liberty?
Whatever.
The liberty.
I'm
Say
so
it.
sorry.
Liberty.
You want us to keep walking?
What's the Big Mac slogan? You know, 2 all-beef patties.
I don't know.
Lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seafood.
Yeah, you know that.
I don't know.
That is a shame. That is a shame.
Welcome, McDonald's. We're glad you're here.
I hope you got.
Got a few days left, dude. You can do it.
I hope you got really fat.
That was staged.
'Cause if you got really fat, you just might want to see me come back. I hope you got fat. Hey, I don't care.
Owns.
Could I get a large vanilla shake, please?
I'm sorry, sir. We don't have any shake right now.
No shakes.
No.
When will you have shakes, you think? Guess that's never.
At the end of this month, I'll have eaten as much McDonald's as most nutritionists say you're supposed to eat in 8 years.
But he said, most said never.
Yes, Sheila, it's Morgan
So-
Spurlock calling. I'm trying to reach Lisa Howard.
Which is it, buddy?
Hi, this is Lisa Howard. I'm not able to take your call right now. If you leave me a message, I'll get back to you as soon as.
Hey, Lisa, it's Morgan Spurlock calling, and I just wanted to follow up on the email that I sent to you. Close to the end of the day, and I didn't know when she was going to be taking off.
Sure, I'll put another message on her desk. Lisa Howard.
Hi, Lisa, it's Morgan Spurlock calling.
Hi, Morgan. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. So you got my email?
Yes, I got your email.
Okay.
And I'm circulating it around.
Okay.
I don't have an answer for you.
Any idea when you think you might?
Probably in the next day or two.
They don't want to talk to him. Why would they?
Starting to get
Be
really
an idiot to want to talk to this guy.
By the time I get to the top, it's really pathetic. Oh, man.
I've got Morgan's detox diet all ready to go. The biggest thing is taking the crap out and putting good stuff in. Really focusing on nutrient-dense food. Organic,
Fuck off.
fresh food. Making sure that
Stop.
I'm putting as many cleansing vegetables into his diet as possible.
Dude, let him eat a burger, man. Just let him do it. So sick of people trying to change people. Like, yeah, this guy wants a burger. Let him get a fucking burger, you fucking bitch.
We're sharing a portion. Yeah, we're splitting.
Fuck, man, I want a Big Mac.
Extra calories.
I love you dearly, but you are a demented man. I'm sick.
I can't believe that tomorrow I'm going to get up and not have to go eat McDonald's.
You'll probably want to, though. It's pretty damn good.
That's it. Unbelievable.
Oh, God, I remember that.
It just keeps getting bigger. 210
I'm gonna say 210, right on the money. We went from 185.5.
But that's not even obese.
A week later,
If I'm not mistaken, that's not even overweight.
down to 202, and now 8 pounds during the last week for 210 total. I think we know the damage that can be done.
I thought you were out of business.
Lisa Howard, it's Morgan Spurlock calling. I don't know how many times we've called her now, but this has got to be her 15th time. Lisa Howard, Morgan Spurlock calling from New York. Please call me when you get this message. We'd still like to schedule an interview with someone from McDonald's. Please call me when you get this, and let's talk about what's possible.
You'll not talk to anybody, and you'll like it that way.
After 6 months of deliberation, Judge Robert Sweet dismissed the lawsuit against McDonald's. The big reason? The two girls failed to show that eating McDonald's food was what caused their injuries. Interesting. In only 30 days of eating nothing but McDonald's, I gained 24.5 pounds. My liver turned to fat, and my cholesterol shot up 65 points.
You ate 100 meals of McDonald's, you fucking idiot.
Still below the national average.
Straight.
For men and
You're not supposed to do that.
I nearly doubled my risk of coronary heart disease, making myself twice as likely to have heart failure. I felt depressed and exhausted most of the time, my mood swung on a dime, and my sex life was non-existent. I craved this food more and more when I ate it, and got massive headaches when I didn't. In my final blood test, many of my body functions showed signs of improvement, but the doctors were
You're not meant to eat it 3 times a day. You fucking moron.
If you kept on the diet indefinitely,
My God.
you probably develop coronary artery disease.
Inflammation and hardening of the liver.
Should people eat fast food?
No, you know this. The answer is no.
It certainly needs to be very
Yeah, you know the answer is no.
overall.
Everyone knew.
And overall, a lot of exercise.
And there's no
This was
reason
pointless.
why
This
fast
whole
food has to be so disgusting.
fucking documentary. It's pointless.
Can be nutritious.
You already know it's bad for you.
Keep you full for a while, so you get your money's worth. But unfortunately, you cause some major harm to your heart, your liver, your blood.
Eating something that's bad for you 3 times a day is not going to be good. Fucking morons.
So I shouldn't eat this food for a year?
No, I don't think so.
You know, we see people who like go on an alcohol binge and their numbers go up like crazy. But to go on, you know, a Mac attack, and they've got numbers to show that
Mac
you're
attack owns. That sounds awesome.
I would never, honestly, I wouldn't have even thought about this, but it makes sense. Now that we have the data, it definitely makes sense.
Still, the impact of this initial lawsuit is being seen far and wide. School districts in New York, Texas, and San Francisco have banned sugary soft drinks in schools, and all natural healthy options are popping up everywhere. McDonald's joined right in, sponsoring events that showed how health conscious they'd become, and creating a new line of premium salads. At the same time, however, they also masterminded one of their fattest sandwiches to date, the McGriddle, a pancake-wrapped creation that won my heart in Texas, but can pack as much fat as a Big Mac and have more sugar than a pack of McDonald Lane cookies. In fact, their new premium ranch chicken salad with
So I've never had a
more
McGriddle.
calories than a Big
I might
Mac
try
and
one.
51 grams of fat.
That sounds awesome.
79% of your daily fat intake. Over the course of my McDiet, I consumed 30 pounds of sugar from their food. That's a pound a day. On top of that, I also took in 12 pounds of fat. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying nobody's supposed to eat this food 3 times a day. No wonder all this stuff happened to you. But the scary part is, there are people who eat this food regularly. Some people even eat it every day. So while my
Yeah,
experiment
once a
may
day
have been a little
is a
extreme,
bit different than 3 times a day, you
but
fucking...
here is a crazy idea.
Ugh. You're a dumbass. Once a day is way less than 3 times a day. That's 1/3.
Give me a choice besides French fries or French fries. That would be a great start.
Fucking God.
But why should these companies want to change? Their loyalty isn't to you, it's to the stockholders. The bottom line, they're
No
in business,
shit.
no matter what they say. And by getting you to supersize, they make millions. And no company wants to stop doing that. If this ever-growing paradigm is going to shift, it's up to you. But if you decide to keep eating this way, go ahead. Over time, you may find yourself getting as sick as I did, and you may wind up here. Or here. I guess the big question
Oh
is,
yeah, I'll end up there.
who do you want to see go first? You or them?
Me. A lot of people enjoy McDonald's. Fucking moron.
Right now, you have the urge to eat something.
I do.
When
You're
it's
right.
true, if you still want to eat, then you're probably really hungry. Think about what I'm saying.
FAT, that is me.
That's a lot of Big Macs.
Used to be, I was hot, I was hungry, I was loose, I was free. Then I waited in the line for some burgers and some fries. Super size, that'd be nice. Take a
That's
bite
cool.
and close your eyes. Round two, what do I do?
Holy shit. That's good.
Jenny Craig, Richard Simmons, but I still love to pound hamburgers.
Yeah, it probably got voted out after this.
Gas from too much soda, double, chunky. Hope this meal is never over. The world is round, and so am I. Big boys, big girls with real big thighs.
Well, yeah. That aged well.
All day, every day. Supersize the American way. Getting fat, getting broke, either way you're gonna pay. Supersize me. Supersize me.
Good.
Supersize me. Supersize me.
I believe it.
Now I can't get out of bed.
I believe that too. Why would they? Why would they talk to him?
And I have a triple chin. Who's to blame? Call the lawyer. Try to settle out of court. Get some cash. Spend it fast.
Barely have a double.
Staring at my fork 'cause it's sad and it's lonely.
I'm a pretty big guy.
With bologna, large pie, stuffed crust. A doggy bag is for a phony. I have lost the motivation to inhibit the sensation. Bottle up the frustration. Birthday cake, I stick my face in. Turkey club with double bacon. It's got healthy connotations. Fast food is overtaken and it's supersized the nation. Supersize the American way. Throw it down all day, every day. Supersize the American way. Getting fat, getting broke, either way you're gonna pay. Supersize me. Supersize me. Supersize me. Supersize me.
If I can keep up this progress, I'll have 25 pounds. 25 pounds. That's a lot.
A lot of pounds.
Kentucky fried just right.
Is that what he said?
Nugget, dip it, pie, stuffed crust, a doggy bag is healthy connotation.
If I can keep up this progress, I'll have 25 pounds. 25 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
Kentucky
Oh, jeez. That was close. Damn.
Philly cheese, drive-through diet, pack on weight, cardiac, heart attack, back on track, still so fat, slim fast, slim slow, touch your toes, finger licking, hit the border, pull right up and place your order. It's your way, right away. You deserve a break today. Supersize the American way. Throw it down all day, every day.
See, the real issue is the energy drink companies. Because I chose to drink 5 8-ounce Red Bulls during this. That's a lot of Red Bulls.
Something in your mouth.
Supersize me.
Can I get extra cheese with that?
You sure can, dude.
What do you mean 50 cents for extra cheese?
Supersize me.
I come here all the time. Hook a brother up.
Supersize me.
Ooh, a buffet.
Supersize me.
All you can eat all day.
Supersize me.
Is that the biggest size you got?
Supersize me.
I said I wanted supersized.
So,
Can I get like a bucket with a handle?
yeah.
Supersize me.
2 for $1? I'll take it.
Supersize me.
What's 2 for $1 at McDonald's?
Supersize me.
Someone tell me in the comments.
Supersize me.
That's a pretty good idea.
Wait, the sign. The sign said free refills.
So that was Supersize Me. We all know, I'm sure a lot of us have seen that movie before, but you know what the aftermath came from that? The aftermath of that movie caused a lack of supersized meals at McDonald's. Like, holy shit. They also serve like the apple slices for the Happy Meal. You know, that's all well and good, but they got rid of the supersize. I want a supersize, damn it. Always weird seeing like the prices and shit of back then. I think that was 2004 that came out. Let me look that up. Guys, supersize me. 2004 that came out. God motherfucking damn. 16 years ago. Fuck, man. But yeah, I mean, everything was a lot cheaper back then. Because people didn't make as much, you know, there's not as much inflation. God motherfucking damn, dude. Alright guys, thank you for watching Supersize Me commentary. I hope you guys check out the other videos on my channel at youtube.com/whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I'm going to try and get a custom URL because I don't think people want to see or try and look up youtube.com/channel/UC259JDBox. You know? Fuck that. I'm going to try and get a custom URL. DynamicMeme. See you guys next time.